Oh wow. Falcon fans, Falcon fans, Falcon fans, Falcon fans. I am here with my morning crew brothers, Mr. Ron Thomas and Mr. C Dub. And we are
You
here to talk the Falcons' victory over the Cowboys, or shall I say, anticlimactic victory? I don't know. But either way, you know how we do it on this show. We're going to get into it once we cue the music. Here we go. All right, Falcon fans, welcome, Falcon fans. We are live just about 30 minutes after the conclusion of the Falcons versus Cowboys game down at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in ATL, Georgia. I got my man C Dub and my man Ronnie Thomas, and we are the morning crew from For My ATL Sports, sans one of our brothers, which is Ladarius. He'll probably be joining us tomorrow in the morning. But fellas, I kind of I don't want to call it bittersweet because look, a win is a win.
Mm-hmm.
The win, and we did. And guess what? If lose tomorrow, then I mean that's great. But I really this was almost here comes another one, a tale of two cities or a tale of two games.
Mm-hmm.
There was before we scored 27 points and after we scored 27 points. And after we scored 27 points, I don't know what the hell that was. I really offensively, I have no idea what we were doing. I have no idea what we were doing. So first things first, let's talk about the good points. Bijan Robinson played great. Darnell Mooney was his usual self. Not so much from Kyle, but I see that we chose to max protect a lot, and Kyle was in the block a lot. So that's more than likely why you didn't see a lot
Mm-hmm.
as far as third downs. I don't know what we saw in their defense that forced us to do that, but apparently we wanted none of their.
I will go into it because we were discussed. That was actually a topic in the chat, so we will discuss that once we start talking. So go ahead, Terry.
Hey man, there's no time like the present, brother. Let's
All
get
right.
into
Look,
C-Dub. What
the
did you say?
fumble. All right. Look, it all started with this. Kyle and Bijan had that moment where it looked like Bijan was was going out for a route, but Kyle lollygagged. And that's what a lot of people were seeing, that he did not pick up the block. And after that, we all noticed Warner was the tight end / fullback. And a lot of us were kind of wondering why he wasn't getting. So we're just kind of wondering. Hopefully, we'll hear it in the press conference, maybe, or they may not say it. But it looks like Kyle got benched because he wasn't around even up until the kick recovery. If you notice, he was the guy that recovered the ball.
Well,
So, that's usually for what? A guy that's on the bench or usually reserved as a second role player. So for I don't know what this means, but also we're going to have to talk about also the defense, and I know that's part of that second half part. But first off, let's say this: it was good to see our defense making plays. I don't know if you guys get to hear the radio call. I do because I rather hear them over anybody else. So, and they'll criticize our guys. And there's a point you hear Archer going, I know what the system is, or what they want to do, but get up on these guys. You're not challenging them. And sure enough, as soon as they did, you were making plays. So there is some issues here. But the moments where we needed, we did get some plays. Thankfully, back-to-back sacks. But I hate to say it, then we went back to our Falcon usual, and that's what we were worried about. So, but yeah, I think the Kyle Pitts not being around was simply because he missed the block. And you already talked about the lollygagging. I don't know. I'm wondering if Raheem's had his fair share of Kyle Pitts, maybe.
See, I'm glad you said that because me and you and Terry pointed out last week in Tampa Bay when he got that touchdown.
Yeah.
He did not put that football in his arm.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, he didn't protect it.
Right, he did not protect it like he's supposed to. So I think he got in trouble last week and just came over to this week. And I think Raheem told him, since you want to act like that out there, okay, you're not going to play or whatever. You might be on special team this week or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So Kyle Pitts got to do better as a football player. As a man, you got to do better. This your job on the line. No ifs, buts about it. This why you get paid the big bucks. This why you got selected at number 4 in the draft to do what you doing now. But you think this is a joke and not. You playing with your livelihood by just gagging around and stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Ladarius Brown sighting. Ladarius, the 4th of our quartet of the morning crew. We're going ahead and bring him on stage. Hey, Krista, how you doing? I know, shame about Grady.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about Grady. Yeah.
Shame about that. Brother Ladarius, how you doing, man?
Oh, I got my appearance fee. I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh, wait. I just walk on the stage and leave. That's it. All right. It's fine, buddy.
Hey,
I mean, that's what the Falcons did on defense, it looked like.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Boy, my case is looking boy.
I don't even know what to think. I don't even know what to make of that. Because I try and stick up for Jimmy. I can't even put this on him because the offense looked putrid after we scored 27 points. Like, what the hell was that? It's like we went to sleep. It's like and again, I got to go back and watch. Okay, because I got to admit, I'm working while I'm doing it. I'm doing different things. I'm watching it. I really need to go back and see what we ran and what happened. Ron, you got something? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I got, like I said last week, we don't never put our foot on the team's throat. We don't take advantage of the opportunity. We get so many points, then we just do whatever. We seen it today, we seen it last week. You cannot win in the NFL like that.
No.
When you play a really good team, the Green Bay, the Detroit Lions, the 49ers, the Seattle, you got to put the nail in the coffin and finish these teams off. If you don't, that's what will happen. That will come back. And thank God we won the game.
Yeah. Let's not forget, we did win the game. And, it sucked because I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It just sucked because if y'all watched, you saw how Grady came out in the coin toss. He was ready to play. They said he had a look in his eye. He was irritable. He was ready to go. And that's the Grady we've been needing.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes out with the, they're saying strain Achilles. We don't know exactly what's going on. but we got to talk because that is, you can't rest on your laurels and go, ha, 2 to 3 sacks. We showed you.
No.
Grady just went down. Fuck.
Yeah, we gotta go. What up, Red Roads? What up, Anthony? Hey, Krista.
Yeah.
We gotta go and get somebody. Bottom line, I mean, our resources on the defensive line are extremely depleted now, or at least seem to be. We probably have to wait for the updates, but trade deadline's coming up Tuesday, and at this point, it looks like we need to go and get at least 2 guys. It's a concern, and again, I'm glad that we won. Okay, I'm glad that we won, but as far as we go, for me, this was the most upsetting. And it was the most upsetting because you're fighting a Cowboys team with both arms behind their back. Down Micah Parsons. They don't have a running game. Then Dak goes out. Then CeeDee Lamb is basically playing on one shoulder. And this thing ends on an onside kick. We are playing down to our competition. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. That is just, and again, look, I oftentimes am a Jimmy Lake apologist. I don't know that this is on Jimmy so much as it is on Zach, because we should look, if we even get one more field goal there, it's a 3-possession game at that point, right?
And
they stopped us for 4 possessions in a row. Now, if you want to come back and say, okay, well, yeah, the defense held them, but the Cowboys could have scored, which they could have. They couldn't catch Cole butt naked in the rain if they had pneumonia already. Like, that's how bad that's how bad we were once we scored 27. I will give you, or that's how bad the Cowboys were. I'm sorry. I'll give you that. They missed a lot. The Dak missed one to, I can't think of his name, number 1, flying wide open on the left side in the first half. Couldn't have been more open. And he missed it. You know what? Look, I'm not a hater. We won.
Turbin.
Yeah, Turbin. Yeah. Look, we won the game. I appreciate it. I'm thankful. But guys, we should have put them away. And what is concerning to me is whoever said it, you cannot let teams like San Francisco, Philadelphia, Detroit, Minnesota, you can't give them that many times because they will make you pay. They will make you pay. Now, is it human nature to play down to your competition? Sure it is. It is. But the bottom line is, we cannot, because that was, if they get that onside kick, oh my God. Looks like Red wants to join the show. I'm going to drop the link, guys.
If you want, you could give me the word. I could just send it to him since he's one of my guys. I could send it to.
I'm going to drop it in the show, bro.
Okay, there you go. Look at you. I will say this. Look, we can all go off on the defense. I get that. But this offensive coordinator, and I'm not a guy that says give the ball to Tyler. Okay, I'm the guy that says give to the guy that's cooking. But Bijan's going off, all right? And then, give it to Tyler because this is what you should do. It's almost as if, you know what? You said that, we don't need to go off on the defense coordinator, which we should, but here's what I'm also going to say. I want to go off on Raheem because this feels Dan Quinn-ish. This feels like, you get to that game. Oh, we got a good lead. Oh, everything's clicking. We just scored the touchdown. We're up by double digits. We got this, guys. And then you got to sweat your balls off to that end of the game, and there's no need. And that is a hard thing, because even in the chat, we're all like hype. We're excited. We don't even want to. We want to trash talk and be trolls. But we can't because we know what we are. Well, and that's very fun. It's almost, and by the way, this game made me feel as frustrated as watching Georgia versus Florida. And I was telling Ladarius about it. Because it's like, you're supposed to be the better team, but yet you're playing as if you and Florida are equals. Sometimes you got to step on the next. You got to play like you're the top team.
What?
And I'm with Ron. They don't ever do it. And it's quite frustrating as someone that wants to cheer for this team.
I feel like an abused kid when dad comes home and he's pissed and you don't know what to expect. Like, is he gonna smack the shit out of me? Is he gonna, You don't know. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Red Rose that's about to join the show. We're gonna go ahead and add him. Red, how you doing?
What's up, Red?
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, brother?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Red, give us your impressions of the game. How you? Yeah. Tell us how you saw it.
Go ahead. I can hear you.
No. Give us your impression of the game. Tell us how you're feeling about it.
Well, I mean, offense had a solid performance. Defense did a smidgen better than most games. We still gave up 21 points. Garbage touchdown in the end made it closer than it should have been. But overall, it was a solid performance from the home team. Could have been better, both sides, but I'll take the win. The offensive side was a little more solid. Probably, I wish they had put up over 30. That would have just put the nail in the coffin. But you know how we are. So what's the Falcons victory without a little worrying, a little blood pressure, at the end. But overall, it was a decent and solid performance against a very bad Dallas football team. I understand folks wanted to just beat the brakes off them, and we pretty much had the game under control up until, like I say, y'all know the end of the game when you need that onside kick recovery to breathe again. But once Kyle Pitts got it, we could breathe easy and chalk this up another victory. 6-3 after 9 games. First place in the NFC South. Stanks on the road next week. Hey, let's do this, man.
That's you know what, and that's one way to look at it. And I look at we won. I'm glad that we won. We won. That is a great thing. That is a great thing. And I'm emphasizing that because I'm about to go in. Okay, not on you, Red. I don't know you. We're cool, but I'm about to go in on these Falcons. I love these Falcons. I've been watching these guys for 45 years. That's about as wounded a team as I've seen. And it's not about dehumanizing them, demeaning them. It's about putting the game away when you need to, right? So let's look at what we were dealing with. Number one, they could not run the ball because let's be real. The backup running back doesn't know the plays. The other running back they have is, Cheeks McGee. I won't say the curse word, but he's terrible. They can't run the ball, right? Which means they're one-dimensional, right? We got to the beginning. That's great. That's great. We got up to a lead. That's great. I have no issue with anything we did up until we scored 27 points and then went on cruise control for about 8 minutes. Or at maybe 10 minutes. There were 4 consecutive possessions where we did nothing. And I mean, look it. If we score a field goal, if we score a field goal and we make this 30-14, I feel better about it because they have no chance, right? We did win the game. And guys, I'm a positive Falcon fan. Of everyone on this panel, I am probably the most Jimmy Lake apologist type person there is. And I'm not even putting this on Jimmy. The defense did all right today. They weren't world beaters, but they did okay. But guys, if you'd have done this against Detroit, you'd have done this against Minnesota, you'd have done this against San Francisco, you might have lost the game. We are at home. We have home field. Even with all those Cowboys fans, you got to be able to put teams away. That's my only concern about this team, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you right now. With a couple of moves that we make, hopefully on Wednesday, we could potentially be a Super Bowl team. If we can go out and get 2 pass rushers, maybe one big ugly, we can be a Super Bowl team because with that back end, with that secondary, you give them a few more seconds, it's going to be picks all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But we have this nagging ability to just let teams hang around. And it's different if you got Dak and CD in there. Then I have no issue because you got a starting quarterback, you got a stud receiver, and they're both healthy. That's different.
Right.
Dak was out of the game. CD's playing on one shoulder. They get the extra point. Guys, if they get that kickback,
Oof.
that's a totally different conversation now.
Right.
And we have this pattern. We've been very fortunate this year, right? Again, I love my Falcons. I'm not going in on them. But as a podcaster, we have to be, I have to have integrity and I have to be honest. We've been very fortunate. We played the Eagles when they were down, right? They didn't have AJ.
Yeah.
When we played the Eagles. We played the Panthers, the Bucks. They're injured both times, right?
Mm-hmm.
But against the Cowboys, they don't have Micah Parsons. So 4 of these 6 victories have really been against teams with at least some impactful injuries, right? Again, look it. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. I'm not gonna feel sorry for them. Up to this game, I mean, you could make arguments or whatever, but this is a game that worries me because when you have to put a team away, I don't know that we can do it. And I don't know if it's play calling. I don't know what it is. Now, again, we got out with the win. I'm not going negative. I'm not one of these guys that's going to go off. I don't play football for a living. I will say that it's very difficult to do. I don't coach for a living. I'm not doing that. What I am saying is I'm seeing a disturbing trend.
Mm-hmm.
And that trend is when we typically get a lead, we kind of go on cruise control just a little bit. And I've been watching my Falcons for 45 years. Guys, I want us to win a Super Bowl. Okay.
Right.
I'm bringing this up because I want to be negative Nancy. I'm bringing it up because I want us to address it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. From that, I'll open it up to the panel. Ladarius, how you feeling, bro? Or no, Ron, Ron, can we let Ladarius?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. No, Rob can go. It's fine.
I just wanted to answer this question or Ted McClure. He said Falcons led the whole game. What is the issue? Relax and talk about the performance. The issue is we should have beat Dallas like they stole something. That's the issue. The issue is our defense that look too relaxed out there. The issue is we should have got Dallas out in the first half. That's the issue.
Well,
I just keep it 100 with you.
Right. And
The
Ron,
issue is we should have put up 40 points on them.
Ronnie, he's got a right to express his opinion.
I know. I mean, I just keep it real with him.
I got it. Ted, you make some good points. You made some points, Ted. You do.
The issue is you cannot, when you play against better teams, you got to put them away.
When you have the chance. Right.
When you have the chance,
Right.
you got to put them there in the coffin.
Right.
You got the Old Yeller. Remember, I said about Old Yeller last week. If anybody watched Old Yeller, the movie, what they did to Old Yeller?
They put him out. They put him, they put him away. When he turned rabbit, they put him away.
Right. So with these teams like the Dallas, the Green Bay, the Minnesota, the Seattle, all the 49ers, all these great teams, when you up, you got to do more. put
Well,
up more points on them.
Ron, I think what you're saying is there's some teams you cannot give them a second chance.
Right.
Now, I mean, Dallas right now is a wounded team. I'm not even sure they were that decent with CeeDee Lamb and Dak as presently constructed, but I think the point we're trying to make to and Ted, look it, your point is not lost on us. We did win the game. Nobody
Right.
said we didn't. Agreed. But what we're saying, Ted, is we're looking at where we want to go in the playoffs. We're looking at when you're up against a really good team, you can't give them 2 and 3 and 4 chances.
Right.
You score. You got to score. You got to put the game. You got to limit it to possessions, right? That's like I think, and I again, I have to go back and watch it. I have to go back and watch it.
Me
Ted,
too.
point, we did the offense for the most part played really good. Played really good. Okay, he has a point there.
Yes.
Problem I have, or not a problem, but my concern is that once we hit 27 points, there had to be at least between 10 to 8 minutes left in the game.
Right.
We went at least 3 possessions where we did nothing. Well, a couple, 1 or 2 may have been 3 and out, but we went at least 3 possessions where we did not. You didn't run the clock off. You didn't do anything, right? Which even if you don't score, let's say on one of those possessions we drive the ball for 5-6 minutes. Now you've basically got down to 2 or 3 minutes, and basically, okay, now the clock's against them. We really didn't do that. We're 3 and out, I think, twice. And we're giving them chances. Now, they didn't take advantage of it. But what I'm saying is when it comes to winning football, if you have a lead in the fourth quarter, maybe you don't have the score, but you at least want to run some clock off run some clock, run it down. I mean, let's say you put together a drive for 8 or 9 plays. You kill 3 or 4 minutes. Now, guess what? You're up by 2 possessions, and they got 3 minutes left, which ultimately resulted anyway because they couldn't do anything on offense and because Dak was hurt. But my concern is we got a rabbit's foot somewhere in the Falcons locker room. We got again, there's one play where he throws a bomb, backup quarterback, I can't think of his name, and because CeeDee's hurt, he doesn't pull it down. If he pulls it down there, it's like
a touchdown.
It's a touchdown, but it's 6 or 7 minutes left.
Right.
Right.
And the other wide receiver, the same thing happened to him. He had the ball, but his hands, he just dropped it. So that's what I'm saying. Ted, you said yes, we happy we got the win, but we not happy how we got the win. We should have been better than Dallas, in my opinion.
Yeah, No, my concern is just when we go up against other teams. But you know what, guys, we spent enough time on that. Ladarius, how you feeling about it? Let's talk through. I tell you what, I don't want to be rude. Red is our guest on the show. Red, let's talk through what you think the Falcons did well on offense and what you think they did well on defense. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Well, just looking at some of the team stats right here. And the Falcons, we really didn't play that bad down the stretch after we scored 27 touchdowns. It seemed like it did. We did because they scored that garbage touchdown in the end, but it wasn't as bad as it looked. And technically, we really just need to wait to see how we play against those top teams to start predicting how we're going to look, because we've been ready for most of the top teams this year. Whether it's I ain't gonna say Pittsburgh. That was the first game we were rushed, but KC, we was ready for them. Take away that Kyle Pitts, no call in the end zone. That game is a little different. Tampa Bay, both times we were ready for them. I'm saying, yeah, we eased up a little off the Cowboys, but like you say, we're a better team. Going up 14 points on the Cowboys. I mean, to me, the game really was over with. Now, had we not recovered that onside kick, now you could have said, I can understand these criticisms a little more. But we did get the onside kick. Once we got that, game's done. You know what I'm saying? We did give up the garbage touchdown in the end. But like I say, overall, we played a pretty solid game today. Running the ball, I think both quarter. No, I'm not. I know Tyler got the touchdown. I can't remember if Bijan got in or not. But
No, he
Bijan
didn't.
had a pretty okay. Well, Bijan had a pretty solid day rushing the ball. At least I want to say he got at least about 80 to 90 yards running the ball.
86 yards.
Okay, 86 yards. That was pretty solid. I wish he had got 100, but Tyler, he added in, I think maybe 20 yards.
And by the way, Bijan also had 59 yards receiving too.
Right. So Bijan had a pretty decent day.
Yeah.
Drake probably would have had a decent day had he not got hurt, but Mooney picked up his slack. Ray picked up a slack a little bit. Pitts, now if you want to ask for criticism, Pitts 1 for 11. But I'm not sure, like I say, I'm not sure how much Kirk was looking in his direction because I told y'all earlier, Kirk don't really trust him that much. So he probably wasn't looking in his direction too much today. But
we think he got benched.
Huh?
I think he got benched. Yeah, I think he got benched.
Okay,
yeah.
Well,
because you remember that strip sack on Cousins where it looked like Bijan and Pitts because they both Bijan was looking to pick up the block, but that was Pitt's guy basically.
Right. I remember that because that's why I made the post. If you saw on my Facebook page, I made the post. I thought Pitts had improved as a blocker. That's the play I was referring to. That's the play I was referring to right there. So okay, he got benched. That was good discipline. Because dude, you're killing us out there when you're blocking. I thought maybe we should. I thought he's been doing decent in the receiving game the past couple of weeks. I thought maybe we should have looked his way a few more times. But hey, I mean, Kirk, he's the point guard, so I'll let him determine which receiver he's gonna go to. Overall, 27 points. Could have been more. Defense yielded 21. Really, they yielded 13. Like I said, I'm not gonna really count that garbage touchdown too much, even though I'll agree with you and Ron to the fact that we got to do a better job. If we playing a much better team, we got to do a better job closing in the fourth quarter. But they did let up a little bit because they felt the game was over. And pretty in a sense, it kind of was. I mean, CD down, Dak out. Defense even got 3 sacks today. So unless we just completely fell apart, they weren't winning that game no matter what. But
Red, I need to interject something, and because clearly maybe we've forgotten. Just a couple of years ago, we lost a game on an onside kick to Dallas, to these very Cowboys, right? We had a. So it's not like we hadn't been here before, right? Again, I'm not being funny, but we're acting like we've seen this happen before.
Did we lose the onside kick or did we?
Yeah.
We
lost that one.
Right, we lost that one, but Pitt got this one. So
The point is, it shouldn't have got to the onside kick.
Right.
I mean, this is the team. You gotta realize this is the team we got, man. This ain't we not the beat a team down 40 and 50 points type team. And thing is, I've learned to embrace that right now. The team you talking about you want is a team I think we all would love. A team that's not gonna drive us crazy and give us heart attacks and have us on the edge of the seat every week. But that ain't the team we got. And if we come out every week expecting it, we're gonna be disappointed week after week after week. But what we do have is a solid team that can go out and win some football games for us. We got a solid quarterback that can make plays. We got weapons all over the field. And we got a decent defense, I want to say, is trying week after week. I don't have much faith in it, but they did okay today. But we are offensive-led team. That's the strength of the game. That's the strength of our game. And it did, and the strength of our team did pretty well today. I'm trying to see how many total yards we got.
Actually, we were outgained by the Cowboys. The Cowboys had more yards. They had more passing yards. They had more rushing yards. They had more everything but the score. Now, hold on. I haven't talked, so I'm going to just interject now. Terry, for the fan base that wants us not to complain, we need to find the Lego movie and start playing Everything is Awesome. So once they hear it one time through, then we'll get to us where we can actually vent, because I love how everyone all of a sudden, Falcon fans have become Cowboy fans. It's great. Everything is wonderful. We look great. It's wonderful. What are you complaining about? We are the best. We are going to do this. We're going to do that. Look, here's my problem. Every time we talk about this, I come from an aspect of I want to get better. I do not like seeing games where I'm looking going, man, we're keeping them around. Okay, we're running the ball with Bijan. Good, that's good. Why are we throwing the ball? Wait a minute, but we were running the ball and killing clock. Did you all remember that last drive where we ran the ball pretty much everywhere and even had to get over a holding penalty because of, and before everyone loses their mind, yes, Matthews did have a penalty where he held and it neglected a Tyler Algier huge run. And we had to come back from that. My thing is this. We have to understand, if we are a playoff team, stop grading us as if we're just this low-ranked team that, dear golly, at least you tried hard. Because if you're going to do that, stop it. Because I don't like that mess. Because here's the thing. We're giving honest criticism, and not even criticism. We're just saying, why are you doing this? Why, Zach, I feel like Zach needs to get smoked too, like Jimmy does. So I'm not just going straight at Jimmy. I'm looking at Zach going, what were you doing? Because as soon, you said it too, Terry. As soon as they scored the touchdown, they didn't go into prevent defense. They went into prevent offense.
Right.
I've never seen a prevent offense until today. It was like, okay, yeah, you get the ball. You get the ball. And by the way, folks, we were doing this without Drake London. Drake got hurt after the second, when he caught the touchdown.
Right.
And
I get it. No, go ahead.
Now that you bring that up, C-Dub, maybe that's why. Maybe that had something to do with it. I didn't really take that into account. I didn't. I did not, because as far as Kyle is concerned, I know that they took him out, but also they max protected today a lot.
Well, here's the other thing. Here's the thing I want to get to.
Yeah.
Because Bijan let's be honest, but guys, this was one of those games you're watching with Bijan, you're going, he's really getting going.
Right.
He's seeing the field.
Yeah.
And not just with running, he's catching the ball. He is becoming that scary weapon that a lot of people were saying, this is why you make that pick. Well, so if that's the case, and yes, there were people also asking, okay, he should be getting tired. Let's sub in, Algier. And then somebody said it beautifully. Why sub him? Have Bijan just flex to the receiver part because of Drake and just run Tyler. Because then, you have a double weapon now because you can run the ball with Tyler or Bijan. And they kind of were doing it. And look, that last drive, the only way I could describe it, it was perfect because they ran the ball, took chunks off. And I'm like, okay, they're going to do this the rest of the game. And they didn't. And that's what bothers me because, and I love how everyone's like, oh, well, this won't happen. We'll be better up ready for the best teams. I'm not calling you out, Red. But here's the thing. We've seen it in playoffs, how your weakness is magnified. And if you can't get to the quarterback, if you let the quarterback dictate the pace, it's going to bite you in the butt. And that's what I see. And I love how everyone wants to play GM and how everybody wants to say, well, there's no need to make a move. Okay. Are you going to explain to me that if Grady's down now, we don't need to make a move?
Are people saying we need to make a move?
Well, I'm seeing guys saying, don't worry, we're not going to make a move. Why are we talking about what ifs? And everyone's like, Terry doesn't need to make a move. We're good. And I'm just going, I just want to live in y'all's world. That's all I'm saying. I want to live in y'all's world and eat those milk and cookies and start singing with you. Everything is awesome. Every time Ross smiles, he makes me happy. Everything is awesome. Yeah, because that's how I feel when I listen to this.
People have the right to feel how they want to feel.
No, and that's fine. But I just love how they just come at it. Oh, why are you so upset? I'm like, I'm not mad. This is what I expect, but I want to see this. Why can't I look at my team and go, okay, let me ask this. So if my team's a playoff team, why is it so wrong of me to look at it and go, well, can they look like one? Because honestly, I'm going to be really honest, and I know this is going to hurt some feelings. If the playoffs start, I feel the Falcons would be 1-out. And people would be like, if they didn't play in that division, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. Well, that's kind of how I feel the way they play at times.
Here's the thing, C-Dub, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Just like you have the right to feel the way you feel, Red has the right to feel. I mean, people can feel how they feel. What it boils down to is what we do when we get between those lines. And this, right? Red, you out there? You listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Just making sure. So
I can hear C-Dub from LA,
and by the way, folks, me and C, and don't think that me and Red are gonna go to the backyard and start fighting it out. This is us. This is us.
I've been knowing C-Dub for months. I know exactly where you come from. I know exactly I know exactly how you guys think. So what C-Dub is saying is not news or new or anything. I know exactly how he feels and where he's coming from. And I'm not opposed to him none whatsoever. He has every right.
I've been knowing Red. How long? About 4 years now, Red. So
yeah, we all good, big dog.
Yeah.
So I just want to point this out, right? Again, of all my podcast mates, other than Jack Spade, I think I'm the most sunny and warm and fuzzy when it comes to the Falcons.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, me too.
What I'm looking at today, right? Let's go back to '98. For those of you who weren't born then, I'm gonna give you a little history lesson. For those of you who were, just
I was there.
When we beat the Minnesota Vikings, we beat a better team.
Yes,
we beat a better, but we had to play a flawless game.
Yes.
And even then, we had a little luck because, to be honest with you, if we had played the Vikings with Randall Cunningham from 5 years prior, we lose that because he still has his arm.
Oh yeah, totally.
That throw that he made he threw a couple to Randy Moss that were underthrown. You can go back and look at it. And yes, who was the safety then? Was it? Was it the pastor? Was it the?
Oh, you mean Mr. Let me talk to a cop, Eugene Robertson?
Yeah.
Oh man, why y'all bring him up, man?
He did make a good play in the game, though.
Here's the thing. Well, the ball was underthrown.
Yeah.
Because if he'd have had Randall Cunningham from 5-6 years prior, and he puts that ball out there, that's a touchdown.
Well,
that's a touchdown. And we never. So what I'm saying is, we went up to Minnesota. We won. Yeah, things bounced our way a little bit, but we had to play a flawless game. And I'm coming from the standpoint not of beating Dallas today. I recognize that we won, and I'm glad, and I am thankful to God Almighty that we did. I love my Falcons.
Yeah.
What I'm looking at is when we do have to play a flawless game, we do have to go into Detroit or we have to go into Minnesota. Can we do it?
Right.
That's all I'm asking, Red. Right? I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be.
I get it, man.
And can we? Because I think we have the talent to go all the way. Doesn't mean that we will.
I do too. And my retort is, I don't think there are, with the exception of Detroit, who's not even playing flawless today themselves.
Right.
Most of these teams are even. I'm saying any team when the playoffs start can have a flawless game, including the Falcons, and any team in the NFC, in the teams we have to play in the playoffs, could fuck it up. I mean, well, excuse me, could have flaws during the game and open it up for any other team to win. Meaning the Falcons could easily go to Detroit. Detroit can make a few mistakes. The Falcons take advantage of it, and we come out with the win. What I'm saying, there is no 98 Vikings team for us to worry about in the NFC this season. If it was, I'll probably be as good as Detroit is. We can still go in Detroit and beat that team. If we take our A game on offense and just a B minus or B plus game on defense, we can beat their ass. We can beat them.
But we don't know what team we go in there and beat Detroit. That's the issue I got.
Well, of course, we go in there making some silly mistakes and let them hang around when we got big leads. But we'll lose that game we'll lose the game like that to the Commanders. So,
and that's what I'm talking about. We should put up, in my opinion,
but when the playoffs start, Raheem might have these guys. I'm just saying, when the playoffs are different dog. This the regular season. Now the playoffs are different dog. I mean,
for sure.
During the 98 season, I'm sure we can go back to games during the 98 season and look and say, oh, man, y'all play like that during the playoffs against the Vikings. No way we gonna win. And then when we played the Vikings, we cleaned that shit up, had a good game, and won. So what I'm saying, the things that we seeing aren't things that can't be cleaned up by the time the playoffs start. So what we do know is we have a championship offense.
Yeah, we do. Now, and I'm gonna go a little further with you. They can be cleaned up, but you can't wait till you get to the postseason to do it. But I agree.
No, of course not. We got to start cleaning it up next week on the road against the Saints.
Yeah, especially. And all right. I think, can we all agree that the one thing that a lot of us also worry about with the Falcons is okay, guys, we're playing the Saints. Because, Red kind of brought it up. When you play the upper teams, you're like, all right, this is what we're ready for. You're going against Commanders. They're first place. You know what they're doing. You're like, let's go. Old Dan Quinn, we got to get this stuff. Oh, Minnesota, Kirk Cousins will stop the crowd. All right. The Saints.
Yeah, I bet
they just lost to the Kitty Cats. Now, that's what I'm saying. It's already going to be it's already a rivalry game. It's going to be hostile. But we do not need to let it we just don't need to look at it and go, okay, you're not playing this. We can't just give it off and say, we got this. They can't even beat the Kitty Cats.
Right.
This Saint, and I know I had to say it, but this Saints team did hold this offense to no points.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm hoping Ra's looking at him going, all right, guys, we going there. Right. And we're going to hang some numbers because not just that, y'all remember what they did to us at the end of that game, right?
Right.
Now don't get me wrong, C-Dub. I'm not going into the rest of the games this season. I'm going in saying our offense has got to show up and win the game. That's what I said.
I agree.
I'm expecting 25 to 30 points, or I'm gonna have some things to say. So I need my offense to show up every game.
Shoot, I mean, that was a beautiful catch by Mooney. I mean, look, Mooney's making plays. Ray was making plays. What was so amazing was when Drake went out, you felt like, oh, man, what are we going to do? And the guys got us. And that's what I like about it. And not only that, Kurt was talking these guys up, too, the whole time. And what was it? Someone's like, man, well, what's Kurt really doing? I'm like, look, Kurt knows how to play a game where you're trailing big. He had the world's largest comeback that he was a part of.
I tell folks he's a football nerd, man.
There he is.
When he retires, he's going to be an excellent offensive coordinator for somebody.
I think he'll be a damn good coach.
Agreed.
I think he'll be a very good coach.
People don't
Well,
realize.
I don't know if he can lead the whole team. I know he gets so nervous at times. But offensive coordinator for sure.
Hold on. I was with you, Red, but this season, he's getting everybody to follow him. That's what I've been impressed with the most. Everybody is buying into Kirk. I mean, I'm just saying.
And that's why Steven, I don't want us to worry too much. I'm saying because look at the type of leadership that we have in just internally. You see what I'm saying? So when the playoffs start, best believe, especially, and we got guys that have been through the heat before. Raheem, Kirk. So when the playoffs start, I understand the issues, the flaws, but these guys, they gonna come. We gonna be ready. I know we gonna be ready, man. I know we are.
I'm with you. I'm just
So
like,
we gotta clean it up though.
Yeah.
We gotta use these next 8. I want to say 8 games to clean this shit up though. I'm with you.
Hold on. We definitely need that bye week to hurry up because you know after that bye week these guys could get a little bit of pressure for God's sakes off them.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about the Saints game because they're the Saints, and I mean,
hold on now, Steven. Now don't say that now.
Look.
I'm not saying because they suck. I'm saying because it's a rivalry game. Right?
Yeah.
Understand, if you play for the Falcons, at least the 2 games you want to win. You want to win them all. But you want to beat the Saints. You want to beat the Saints. So I don't think we will have to have any extra motivation because these 2 franchises do not like each other. I mean, we are petty Eddie when it comes to the Saints, and they are petty Eddie when it comes to us. And I think we're going to go in there and kick their ass. I'm being honest with you. That's the one I'm not worried about. And not because they suck, but because
Hold on. How in the world are you trying to go crazy on us because we're a little positive after the Cowboy game, and now you say, "Oh well, man, I just know for sure I ain't worried about nothing with the Saints. Man, we can go in there with our hands tied behind our back. We can go to the strip club the night before. There ain't no way in the world we gonna lose that game."
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I said. Hold on. What I said was that's a rivalry game. That's a rivalry game, and we're gonna kick their ass because we hate them. Bottom line.
Right. I mean, I'm with you. I'm just saying, your attitude kind of changed.
Hold on. Yeah, it did. Hold on. This is when me and Terry, me and Ron have to grab the lasso of truth, wipe it around what's called Terry and go, come on, pull back now. Get back here. You're going wild. You're doing your wild talk again.
All of the Saints fans didn't put no bulletin board material on their wall listening to this.
Saints fans, you're going to get your ass whooped next week, okay?
Hold on. They got their ass whooped by a bunch of kitty cats.
I ain't saying nothing like this, either.
It's going to be a long season, lots of suffering. Even what's his name was complaining about the quarterback today. What's his name? Slant King, not even playing for anybody right now.
Oh yeah. Slant Poppy. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Twitter.
Yes, Thomas. Michael Thomas.
And look, we are not related. No. Let me say this.
Make no mistake.
Hey, Steve. We should pick him up for the Saints game.
Hold on.
in there next week, and we are going to kick your arse. Now, with that being said, we got a new guest on the podcast.
Let Ron finish real quick because Ron was waiting on us.
I gotta say this. I'm with you, Terry, but when we got into that game next week, we should have had the mindset. Look, this is not the same Falcons team y'all seen last year, or the when we play y'all already. I want to put up 50 points on the Saints.
That worth it, bro. There you go.
This why.
Wait, Red, Red, no, Red. You know that was some BS they did last year.
Right.
They freaking perfect.
Right. And
if
that right.
5-0, and it's 4th and 3 and 2 seconds left. I'm running a go route. Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. We need to get.
I haven't forgotten it, and they deserve every negative thing that's happening to them right now, they deserve it.
You need to go in
Hey,
there.
hey, new person. I'm trying to see who you were.
You can't see from all the trees. You look like you're in the forest somewhere.
What up, Winston? How you doing, man?
Winston.
Oh,
All right.
Winston, that who it is? I'm
Yeah.
getting on.
Whoever wrote the Book of Love, Winston, of course.
I'm in the backyard. I'm out on the porch.
Yeah, we see you somewhere in there. I see the woods behind you.
It's a nice little area there back there you got there.
Well, go on and give us your thoughts, man.
Yeah.
What you feeling on our 6-3 start? What you feeling about today's game? Are you negative like Steven and C-Dub? Are you positive like old Reed?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, all right, the offense is doing what the offense do. I prefer more elaborate plays because we got the personnel for it, but it's highly effective as is. I mean, you got to think like the past 4 games we done average 30 points. Today was the first time we didn't score 30 points in
I
4
know,
games.
man. I hated that streak ended too.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, at the same time, 27 points, that's enough to get you a win. I prefer a more convincing win instead of sitting there playing prevent and sitting there letting them score that late touchdown that skewed the number for somebody that didn't actually sit there and watch the game. But yeah,
Man,
I mean,
I
like,
took our defense in fantasy too. Fuck me up, man. I'm serious. Well, hey, our defensive numbers were looking good into the Cowboy last drive, and that killed.
yeah, that if we had kept them to 13, would have been all right. But I mean, like, it's glaring now. At this point, it's glaring. Either we're gonna have to go get a nose sack, a legitimate active nose sack, and actually play some schemes where nose sack has actually got his hand down in the dirt, or we're gonna have to either go get a thumping middle linebacker. We're gonna have to get another pass rush. It's one of the three.
What about the guy from the Giants, Olajar?
Ojular.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be happy with Ojular, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think about it. Like, all right, the biggest thing is, like, Judon is a bull rusher. He's not a pass rush king. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna run through you to go get to the quarterback.
Why he needs to be in a 4-3, not a 3-4.
Exactly. But I mean, he can play in a 3-4. The thing is, he needs somebody to flush the quarterback.
So he need help on the other side.
Either he need help on the other side, or he need help on the middle. It's one of the two.
What?
See what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's what's holding him up. Because, like I said, like, he doesn't have a full repertoire of pass rush moves. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Comparison. Remember,
Let me ask you this.
Vic was a one-trick pony. If he couldn't beat you with speed, he gonna stop.
Right.
Judon is along that same mode. Is if I can't beat you with power and you're not flushing the quarterback to me, I'm gonna stop. Now either he can sit there and run the run and he get flushed. If the quarterback sit in the pocket long enough, he can get there. But for him to be more effective and most effective, either we need pass rush up the middle, or we're gonna have to go get somebody to flush the quarterback from the weak side. It's one of the two.
All right, guys. So Wallace Smith and Wallace, how you doing, man? Big ups. Carlo, how you doing? Hopefully you guys are all well. Wallace Smith says, I keep trying to tell y'all that they're not going to make no trades before the trade deadline. Fellas, if we do nothing, and let's start with our guest, Mr. Winston. Mr. Winston, if we do nothing, how you feeling about this team? If
We'll get bounced we'll get bounced after our first playoff game.
All right, Red.
We have an actual roster that's able to compete this year.
Okay. Red, if we do nothing at the trade deadline, how you feeling?
Well, I'm not gonna feel too happy after these injuries to Grady today because we probably need to make one move, even if it's not for Pro Bowl type player, just somebody solid. We could, fit into our scheme to help out a little bit. But I ain't gonna say it's over now. I won't say it's over because we at 6-3 now with what we got. So I won't be like one and done. But man, I'll be going into the playoffs just like like the last few playoffs, praying just like, oh man, I hope we get some good matchups, or But I still feel we're gonna have a chance, but it will make it better. The defense would definitely improve with just a move.
Red, I think I agree with you. Now, don't get me wrong. If we go and get the right personnel, I think we're a lot better. I do. But I'm not going to necessarily say we're one and done in the playoffs because it really depends on who we match up with. Right? There are
We
just
6-3 now, and we don't play some of the best teams pretty well. So I just ain't gonna say no moves on Tuesday, and we go into the playoffs saying, yeah, we done. Nah, we ain't done because hell, we making the playoffs for one thing.
That's what I'm saying. We'll win our first playoff game. We'll win our first one. After that point, that's where the issue gonna flare up. That's where the glaring hole is gonna be noticeable.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When
farther you get, tougher it gets.
When they condense their focus to just 18 in this one and done situation, I'm gonna pick out like it's like playing basketball and Muggsy Bogues on the court. Offensively, I'm gonna go attack Muggsy Bogues. That's the weakest link. I'm gonna go attack him.
That's true.
And that's what I mean. Think about it. Cowboys had what? Almost 100 yards rushing on us today.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys average 72 yards rushing.
Yeah, hey, Winston, they rushed for over 137 yards as a team.
Come on now, like that.
And we rushed for 100.
They averaged 72 yards, last in the NFL. Not 31st, not 30th, 32nd in the NFL. And we just gave up 30 plus yards. That's an issue.
Yeah,
well, we know our defense is bad.
We need a pass rush. Bad.
Yeah, I'll take any. Right now, I just take anybody. We need somebody.
I agree. I agree.
We need a role for
him. We know until we get the playoffs because of
all right.
Yeah, I know. I've been reading the comments too. So yeah, the defense is what we got for this because if it was going to make a move for a top player, it would have happened by now. Not wait until the last day of the trade deadline. You're wrong because that does happen. Anyway, what do I know? I've been watching this for a long time, and I'm like Raheem. We know until we get in the playoffs because anything can happen. Just like anything is awesome. Awesome. All right. If we don't make a move, that just screams to me that we're full of ourselves for no reason. We're just fooling ourselves because Winston has brought this up. I brought it up. Ron, even Red Hat brought it up at times. We don't have certain positions to make this team that over the top. We will get in the playoffs with what we have because our division sucks, guys. We just pretty much outran the South. And we will when we tattoo the Saints on their ass when we're done with them. All right. And then the kitty cats are going to go away anyway because, you got to be this tall to ride the ride. So, that doesn't help for Bryce.
So that's not nice.
Oh, that's not nice, but you have no problem with me tattooing an ass on the Saints. So come on now. So anyway, I'm just calling what it is. Anyway, so when I'm looking at this defense and also the offense, and I go, you can do some things great. But honestly, when it comes to defense, you're just playing back all the time. I get it. Oh, they have to, we have to make them work the clock and work the time. You know who also doesn't get the ball? Kirk Cousins. your offense. And, eventually it's going to get you. Will it be a first-round loss? I think it will, because here's the thing. We're going to probably play a team on fire that just gets in on the last day probably. And they'll have renewed life. Because why? The record's 0-0. Even if we had to bye. So I'm just saying, you best be careful. Because games like this are a recipe to how you beat the Falcons. Now, quarterback's out. Oh, yeah. CD Lamb got out.
You know we are invincible now. You know we invincible.
Oh, really? Where's the gauntlet stone? I need to see the Infinity Glove then.
We got a superstar amongst us. We got Mr. The Dixon Way with his cowboy hat on.
Hey, live. There you coming from a damn
Bulldog.
Yeah, Dixon Way looks like he's about to sell us a car, y'all.
Hey, live, man. Look like you coming out the Dallas Ranch at Southport. Where old JRU in that?
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Dixon Way, give me 1 second. I think Ron was about to answer a question, then we'll go to you. Ron, you out there?
Okay.
Ron, you out there? I guess Ron.
Yeah.
Ron is.
If we don't make a move, how are you feeling about this team? If we stand pat at the trade deadline, and I'm gonna be honest, look, just because a guy's available, that doesn't mean that you can necessarily make a deal, right?
Right.
You got a couple of things. You got other teams that pass rusher is like, that's a commodity, man. That's like a car that can run for 500,000 miles, right?
Right. That's why you don't let Jalen Carter get away when you got him.
There you go. Right. So
we got that Bijan car.
Look, we could do nothing, not because we weren't trying, just because the right deal wasn't available. Right. So my point, Ron, if we do nothing and stand pat at that trade deadline, how are you going to feel about the Falcons?
I would be pissed off. And they will let me know we're going to be one and done in the playoffs. Because Grady went down. We don't know how long he's going to be on the sidelines. Drake London down. We don't know how long he's going to be on the sidelines. So the key pieces that we missing already. Yes, we got 3 sets today. We do. But I want to punish these teams. Punish these teams in the playoffs. I don't want them to just, Atlanta went somewhere and they whoop our ass. No, I want them to fear us. No diddy. I want them to remember they played us. Oh, you know that team, Atlanta Falcons? Yeah. They played that off today.
You want them to remember the night they played the Titans?
Right. I want it to be like that.
Ever. The night they played the Titans. Hey, man.
I want it to be like that. I want to punish any quarterback they got back there. If we lose, okay, but that quarterback going to be hurting for the next
I know.
round.
I hear him. I promise I'll be up there.
Going to be hurting the next round if they beat us.
That's the only way you're going to get through.
So that's in my opinion.
C-Dub, go and get your plate, man. We'll be here. Step away.
Go ahead. Trust me.
All right.
Because I may end up eating longer because the girls will attack me.
Gotcha. Mr. Dixon Way, our very esteemed guest. First and foremost, how you doing, brother?
Howdy there, partner.
Howdy.
How about them Atlanta Falcons, Dixon Way?
That's right. How about them Falcons?
How about
I'm gonna get my Stephen A. Petty on.
Okay.
I reckon them Cowboys thought they were gonna come here and mosey up on in the bins and thought they were gonna get a W. But now we bring the L's on them and we send them back down the road. Look at the split. Yes, sir. Good game by the Falcons, not perfect. But again, I felt like this was a trap game. That's because the desperation that Cowboys were going to come in and play.
Yeah.
Yes, we got 3 sacks. But I felt like they were covered sacks.
Yeah.
We have now the one that Grady got when they did stunts on the top and they did twists with him and Judon. That was a real sack. All right. But the rest was covered sacks. So shout out to the secondary, still playing well, even though and getting covered sacks. Guys, we got 9 sacks on the whole season. I met Terry Fontenot today. I mean, well, not today, but 2 days ago. He bought up all the ribs. He was making a run at the favorite rib shack. Oh my goodness, Jordan Love just threw some cookies. Touchdown, pick 6. So I was gonna bombard him with questions. I was like, he eating. I ain't gonna do that. All right. But on the tip of my tongue was like, Terry, are you gonna get us some pass rush? Guys, we got 9 sacks on the season. The New York Giants had 8 sacks on Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football. Let that ring around in your head a minute. We've been needing pass rush. If we got 8 sacks today, we still need it. We still at the bottom of the barrel in sacks, regardless. What I will say is still the balance. We still bending but don't breaking. And eventually, if you can't get to the quarterback, I'm starting to think. Now I know a lot of people are mad at Jimmy Lake right now. I'm kind of think that he's running those covers because we can't get to the quarterback. So he's trying to keep everything in front of him. We can't, man. We sent 5 and 6 today, and Dak was chilling.
Yeah.
I saw it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if we send it 5 and 6, and we can't get there, and then people are beating us on the post because we're giving up 10 to 7 yards off the line. What can we do? But just keep everything in front of us, and try to lock in. We get within the 20, and the field shrink.
Yeah.
But I think Jimmy Lake right now, man, I'm gonna lay off of him because we ain't got the Jimmys and Joes. Like, we don't have the Jimmys and Joes.
I don't know why you said that, man.
Guys, we don't have the Jimmy and Joe.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying.
Y'all be expecting that defense. This defense is trash, man. I've been trying to tell you.
Jimmy Lake is playing vanilla defenses because we ain't got the Jimmys and Joes up to get to the quarterback. We don't.
And Larry, that's why it's so dumb. That's why it's so dumb. We playing the damn 3-4. We should be
we should have a 4-3.
Playing a 4-3 to hide the deficiencies of these sorry motherfuckers, man.
There's Jimmy scheme.
Come here, Ron, you think we got the Baltimore Ravens defense and we don't?
Now, I will. Us playing 10 yards off a man all the time is like obnoxiously upsets me. We just start off 10 yards off people, off the jump. Like, we don't trust our safeties at all.
No, we trust the safeties. We don't trust our cornerback.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you press, like if you're gonna blitz, but lay off 6 yards, then you're defeating the blitz. You see what I'm saying? So it is kind of X and the O's also because you send 6, right? So if you send 6, you thinking the ball gonna come out quick.
What?
You send 6 and off of it. If the guy go on a hot route and cut in on a quick slant, you can't stop it. You're 10 yards over. How are you gonna stop it? You can't. So again, it's kind of alignment. It's kind of both, but we don't have the Jimmys and Joes to get there. We don't.
Hey, Larry, let me say this real quick.
Hey,
hold on. Let me say this real quick.
It's
not the Jimmy and Joes. It's the X's and O's. I promise. Think about it. This team has been a 4-3 defense for the past decade and some time. This ain't nothing new. And now all of a sudden you want to go 3-4, but you don't have the person. But we don't have the personnel for a 3-4.
I understand that, but I'm talking about within the confines of the defense. I think I see what you're saying. realistically, we should never be running 3-4. So I understand that.
At all.
If you're saying realistically, we should never run 3-4. Ultimately, that is an X and O thing. But if you're talking about, running the defense you want, to me, I feel like Jimmy Lake is either overrating Grady, not fast dispersions against Grady because he had a great game today, but nobody is Aaron Donald. Okay, and to think that anyone can reproduce what Aaron Donald do, that's why the defense where you came from was so good. You know what I'm saying?
And
that's
you had Von Miller. You had Von Miller,
exactly.
and you also had Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, so you're looking at it and you're just saying, yeah, you have superior talent on that, and Aaron Donald is the type of player that will blow up any type of offense you're trying to do. Right. That's just how disruptive. One of the best defensive linemen of all time, top 3 easy. Right. So
Aaron Donald is a player that can play in any type of defense.
Exactly, they can play any type and line up anywhere. You know what I'm saying? He can line up anywhere on the defensive line. So, and everybody has to find out where is he because he's just that disruptive. So when I look at it, I really gotta say, like, unless you go to 4-3, if you're trying to put this square peg in a round hole, then it's Jimmy and Joe. Now, if your stance is we need to run a 4-3,
there you go.
But if our coach don't know no 4-3, then kind of is what it is, partner.
So, I want to ask you, Larry, do you think Raheem Morris ever put a defense together? Like, do he know what to do to put a good defense together?
Yes.
I think that's what Raheem wanted to do. They won a championship and with the Rams with it.
I kind of lean on what Ryan says.
What he want to do and what we had the personnel to do is two different things. Now,
I'll be right up there.
It's in point. We got guys dropping flies and we're not even making sacks. Now, our second best defensive lineman or first, depending on if you think Junan is better or not, it's hurt. So now you really down to one man. Now, shout out to Honor Ebiketie, who actually, got his sack, his first sack of the season. But again, guys, we only got 9 sacks. So someone got to think of something. Now, if our defense coordinator don't know anything about 4-3, you need to go get a book. Go call somebody.
Jerry Gray's right there in their coaching staff.
Or go call Nick Saban to get better at the 3-4 there. I don't know what to tell you.
4-3. That's his plan is 4-3. We're running 3-4 because giving Jimmy Lake autonomy of the defense. But if it was other he would be running a 4-3.
Well,
Ben he done ran a 4-3.
One thing I want to ask you guys, our special teams has been horrible this season, and I saw Raheem Morris coaching the dang on special team coach. Like, no, why are they lined up like that? Mm-hmm. And he's the one who told them, "Hey, get over here," and that's why we didn't give up the first down on that tomfoolery.
All right.
So they got that, but I'm talking about like on kickoffs. We letting people get to the 30, 35 yard line every time on kickoff, damn near. You know what I'm saying? Now, shout out to Raheem, you know what I'm saying, calling out the play and telling the guys, get over. You know what I'm saying? Because we were lying wrong, or that would have been the first down. So, yeah, and I really don't know if Raheem is interjecting himself into the game. He said he wasn't. He said he was going to be a hands-off, be a more of a, universal coach than, hey, I'm the defense coordinator type of dude. I'm just going to handle the defense. Right. He's going to let Jimmy Lake. Look, we got a lot of, and me and Shonda talked about this on the stream. We got a lot of first-time head coaches on this team, guys. So guys are figuring it out as they go. It's not just our young offensive line melding. It's not total new defense melding. You know what I'm saying? It's these play callers are learning too. So those are the biggest rookies on our team, offensive and defense coordinator. No, to be honest. And to be stubborn is like, okay, I'm being stubborn because I believe in I finally get a chance. So I want to put my mark on the NFL. You know how it is. I'm saying. So it's not, I don't think that I think they're trying to make their system work, but I'm not sure that our offensive coordinator and our defense coordinator are good enough to switch up mid-season. You feel me? That's going to take some studying, you know what I'm saying, and some real diagram studying and some real, like, talk to some gurus of this to get a feel of it. You feel me? I see what you're saying, man, but they first time play calls, like, those guys was making, they were handing in, like, from my understanding, they were handing in the game plan.
Right.
So it's just basically like somebody gave you what are you saying, the schedule or the game plan for the first 10 or 20 something game. They give you this. The coaches can decipher whatever way they want to use what plays. They put in all the plays that worked against them all this year. You know what I'm saying? Offense and defense. That's what they were doing for the Rams. Okay. So they never sat there in that seat and called plays. So they're learning. So I get frustrated too, guys, but I feel like I think that's the biggest mistake. We do got Gray, you know what I'm saying, to lean on, but I think I don't know how much collaboration is going in between that, you know what I'm saying, between Coach Gray and Coach Jimmy. I don't ever see Coach Gray near him to chew his ear sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So maybe Coach Gray is just, why do you think our secondary is still the best part of our defense? Coach Gray is over that. You feel me? So,
but if Coach Gray take over for DC, he'll 4-3. That's a given. He's gonna run a 4-3. If Coach Gray step in at any point this year or next year, he's going to run a 4-3. But another,
I don't think they're gonna do that though.
I promise you, he's gonna run a 4-3. Jerry Gray.
No. I'm not the change. I agree with you, a change, but I don't think that Raheem is going to take his homie and say take a back seat to Jerry Gray. Because Jerry Gray is the assistant head coach.
If you go back,
Jerry Gray is probably over the, he can oversee, buddy, but they're gonna let him, call plays and stuff like that. Like the halftime adjustments. If it's by Jerry Gray, I don't know who doing the halftime adjustments. The halftime adjustment has been good this year. This has been the worst second half we had, and we given up 11 points. You feel me? That wasn't a straight turnover, easy point. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at it, man, where I get frustrated I'm more frustrated with the offensive coordinator than defensive coordinator. I feel like we can put up way more points than, because the adjustments in the second half that the defense get is kind of more superseding than what the offense does. And we're scoring a lot of points, don't get me wrong. But when I see this stuff schemed out, we are allergic to establishing a running game until we have a lead. Then we want to run the ball. We don't run the ball to control the clock. We run the ball so we can do a play action or something like that. It's like out of necessity. Like we'll throw the ball first and then be like, okay, I guess we didn't get anything on that. Let's try to get. But we know Bijan and Algier is going to get at least 4 yards. It's like we're taking it for granted that our running backs get damn near 5 yards per carry. You know what I'm saying? And that's an excellent, carry rate. So it's kind of like, oh well, let me just try something. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? As shout out to Big Low. Look what I can do. Sometimes we do that also. It ain't really out of us. But again, Zach, the same thing. He got to learn that we got to lean on these guys. Algiers carrying 4 people into the end zone, and that's pretty much the only time he got the ball. Like Algier, like running like a tank right there, like a Sherman tank. And we're like, you know what, man? That's all you're going to get. You got a touchdown. You should be satisfied with that. No, man, I want to bludgeon these dudes, man. Come here. I want to be like that.
Everything is awesome. Everything
No,
is
I want
awesome.
to
We
ride
can't
that.
do that.
No, man. I don't look here. Look here,
Let
there,
me
little
ask you
cowpoke.
a question.
Look here, little cowpoke. I want to run him in the ground.
I mean,
Let
I
me
do
ask all
too.
let me ask all y'all a question. Am
Yeah.
I the only one that sit there and watch the game? And every time you see Bijan with space, you're waiting for that moment for him to break off like an 80-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, me too.
It'd be one shoestring tackle away
Every
time. It'd be one
And
shoestring.
he
And the
keeps
two
getting
that he
there.
got this season that was over 50, like 50 and 60 yards, got called back by a holder from Jake Matthews every time.
Exactly.
every time.
Him and Algier got one. Like Algier had that big ass run, and Jake Matthews called for the holding. I'm like, what?
You gotta think about it. Like Jake ain't Jake anymore. That's why I said even if we go get say we go get a role player, right? What are we giving up?
What about
We don't
lingerie?
We don't have a lot of picks. We got like
No,
what
we don't.
4?
We only got 4. We only got 4 picks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Now, first thing first, you gotta go get a pass protecting right tackle. Like that's a given. There's no if and buts about it. Kirk got this season and next season to go get a Super Bowl. Unless otherwise he gonna get a Super Bowl riding pound for somebody. But for him as a starting quarterback, he got this year and next year. By that time, Kirk be 38.
Yeah.
And like you got to think about it. Like people are sitting there looking at how things are going up there with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. See what I'm saying? That's going to play a big part in Kurt's career going forward. Don't get me wrong. I think Kurt still got like another 4 years. I definitely think he got like another 4 years. If he keep playing the way he is, and he can gradually get more comfortable and get
Not
back
here.
to. No, he ain't got 4 years here. He got another 4 years in. He got another 4 years in the league. He could very well be that Joe Flacco for somebody. He could easily do that. But for him to be a starting quarterback and win a Super Bowl, he got 2 seasons.
Yes.
So now the decision is what? All right, do I go replace Jake and get a left tackle and maximize this year? Do I go get an edge rusher, or do I go get a pass protecting right tackle and think towards future?
I got to get past it.
It's
I'm thinking
gonna
this
be an
year.
offensive lineman. I can tell you that.
I don't know,
think
man.
offensive
Jerry might
lineman
want a
is-
receiver.
You gotta. So guys, let's take a step back. No, Jake isn't what he was, but he's serviceable. Yeah, he does get the occasional hold, but the
Occasional.
okay, consistent. But
Jake like what? 500, 600 so far?
Hold on. The
That's
deficiency clearly on the defensive line. It's not even close. Not even close. Right?
Not even close.
And look it. To your point, Winston, if we have Michael Penix coming up, you better go and replace McGarry before you replace Jake, because McGarry is
the blind side.
Here's the question. Because you walked into it for me. All right, now we go replace McGarry this coming draft, which I want us to do. But at the same time, you're phoning in next season because you're not maximizing the. It's the same thing I said this year.
I'm not.
We did nothing. We did no moves to maximize this roster for this season. This upcoming season.
Agreed. But
Guys, you have to.
Go ahead.
No. If you want to maximize this roster, you have to trade Algiers or Bijan. You have a luxury of 2 running backs. You're not using one. You have to. You can't, because guess what? You're not going to pay him after next year.
I think you're going to trade Pitts.
That's
you're not even Pitts. No.
Pitts is in the doghouse, Larry.
But you're not going to be able to keep Algier and Bijan. The position doesn't warrant. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everybody holding on to those guys like, I would never trade Bijan. I would never trade Algiers. You have a luxury at a position that is not valued in the NFL anymore. If you got one good one and a bunch of decent ones, that's what you need. The 2-headed monster on on running back, days are gone. You want to know why? I see you shake your head, T. Will, but what I'm going to tell you is, guess what? That's a luxury, brother. Brother, that's a luxury. And you want to know why I say that? You want to know why I say that? Because right now, if any team like the Raiders said, you got to give me, most likely they'll ask for Bijan since it's Max Crosby. But they said Algiers. If you aren't willing to give up Algiers, who you are not going to re-sign, who is going to walk, I mean, moonwalk out of here if he ever want to start in the NFL. He's going to moonwalk out of here. Because unlike what the Lions do, they actually use both of their running backs a lot. They run the ball more than they pass the ball, and that's why Jared Goff has so much balance. And I'm telling you, man, the way we use our, especially if we get penalties, we're going to throw the ball more. We're going to be in the shotgun all the time, even more than we are now when Michael Penix starts. And I'm telling you right now, Algiers is a luxury. If you can put him into a pass rusher, you better do it. The Giants need a running back too. If I can get Ojulari with Algiers, I'm driving them up there on a unicycle.
When it comes to Ojulari, if for me, okay. Now here's the thing. Let me take a step back. I'm seeing your point about Algiers because his contract is due in 26. Drake's, I think, is due in 27. Kyle's is due in 26. And one more, you're not gonna sign them all, right?
Nope.
I get that. You're not gonna be able to sign them all. I get that. But the only person that I'm straight up trading Algiers for is Myles Garrett, because I think you can get away with picks and maybe somebody else for anybody not named Myles Garrett or what's his name out of Oakland.
Max Crosby. I think the Raiders would need a running back. Nick Chubb back, and he looking good. So I don't think the Browns need a running back. I don't even think they'll take Bijan, to be honest. You know, and they don't need a tight end either because they got Njoku, who is one of the best tight ends in the league too. So
if he's
they don't need what we have player wise. So that means giving up 3 first-round picks. And right now we're not in the position of that because once all of these, like really and truthfully, guys, you got to ask yourself, why are you worried about next year when you got a whole bunch of 1-year contract guys? It's not even going to be the same team next year. Most likely, Judon ain't going to be here. We would like to have Justin Simmons here, but it just depends on what the cost is. You know what I'm saying? Then we got to think about re-signing Jesse Bates because he'll be going into his contract year.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So again, guys, if you're gonna go in, don't go halfway in. You push all in, push all your chips in.
Well, that's what this.
I mean, right now, guys, look, we're 6-3 right now. Last time we were 6-3, we went to the Super Bowl. All right. I am Texas Hold'em right now. That's another reason why I got this hat on. I'm pushing all the chips in, bro. Forget them picks, because guess what? If I get Myles Garrett, it's over for the NFC.
Oh yeah, it's super.
With this secondary,
they're not gonna happen.
With this secondary,
I mean, we could easily get Myles Garrett, but we got to come up with some.
Yeah, the draft picks. I mean, that's the thing. It's gonna have to be 3 first. Are you willing to give up 3 first for Myles Garrett?
I would do that. I would do that, and I will package picks and move back in the first and go get my right tackle for Penny.
Boom, especially if Pitt's leading the league in yardage, even though he didn't do anything today. He was coming into the game, he was leading the league in tight end yardage. If Pitts have a banner year, yeah.
He was second. He third. He's
third. Okay. But still top 5.
Rob Bowers got over 500 coming into the
my bad. It's Brock Bowers. He's a mute.
I'll get you, Larry. If we try and go all in, I gotta get the best pass rusher, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, and
he plays the run well too. He plays the run well too.
Right. But then you have to move around a lot of things to secure the team. for the
true.
future.
That's true.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
That is true.
But
You do have to move.
if you have the opportunity to go get a Myles Garrett, you go get a Myles Garrett. There's no ifs and buts about it. I don't care. If you have an opportunity to go get a premier pass rusher,
A
you go get that pass rusher.
premier pass
Yeah.
rusher.
It's
Right.
the same thing with a premier quarterback. I don't care how you if that quarterback is available, you go get him.
Right.
A game record. Like
Yeah,
Myles Garrett is a game record.
the
Just like
actual
TJ Watt, you know what I'm saying?
And
Just
by the
like
way,
all them, yeah, Hutchinson was before he got
you
hurt.
know, yeah,
Games like
here's the
not
thing too.
Huh?
Here's the thing. You do that move, I'm guaranteeing you do that move, and if everything goes the way it should go, Terry gets an extension.
Mhm.
Terry don't do the move, I don't think he gets one. And by the
I'm
way, for all these people that want to tell me that Terry has really done a great job with this roster, I've just heard everybody on the panel, when it comes to our defense, just tell me, well, it's the Jimmy and the Joes. It's this person. It's that person. Who signed these person? Oh, yeah,
I said
Jimmy.
that.
Or it wasn't Jimmy. It wasn't Raw. It was Terry Fontenot. And I know, Winston, I know you have, because me and you kind of been mimicked when we talk about it. But a lot of people, especially, our Everything is Awesome crew, have, brought, but he deserves some credit. He built this roster. Well, now I'm hearing that this roster isn't good. So which one is it? And by the way, last time I said this, I kind of got some smoke, but I kind of like it. If Terry was doing such a good job, why then, when we signed Raheem, did Terry not get an extension?
Right.
He's still on that 1
oh,
year
it's
left.
yeah, he's on the hot seat. Yeah, 100%.
So
I think the biggest thing on the defensive line was we let Calais Campbell. We underestimated his impact on this team.
Right.
Calais Campbell, he too old, he too long in the tooth. We underestimated that, and we paying for it basically,
mhm.
pretty much. And
I wouldn't mind getting him back. By the way, I wouldn't mind seeing him back.
I'm not.
What's his name?
No.
We
But I mean,
we underestimated both their
we
production.
still would have to go to a 4-3. I mean, yeah, we would have to go to a 4-3. That's what I'm saying. Like, this team has been built. This defense has been built for a 4-3. The only player that has predominantly played 3-4 in the league is Matthew Judon.
Yeah,
Everybody else has played 4-3. We played 3-4 the first year of Dean P, and he flexed that into being a multiple defense. We have 4-3 players playing 3-4. And then they play a gap and a half responsibility on the D line. Well, underside lineman. It makes no sense. That's scheme. It's not Jimmy and Joe's. That's scheme. You got to actually when you look at this roster, you got to go back and look at the actual history of how this roster was built. Go from the rooter to the tutor. All right. So Grady is the lone original. He came in the year of the Super Bowl. All right.
Yeah.
Now let's go from Grady 4. All right. So we drafted AJ. We got Bates. Free agency on Yamada and Ellis. Drafted Raymond and Anderson. Hugh Simmons and Apple free agent. But they all played 4-3. Judon is the only one that has played predominantly in a 3-4. And don't get me wrong, now, excuse me. If Eddie Goldman was Eddie Goldman of old, it would work. It would work.
But he's not.
He is nowhere near. You got to think about it. It's the same thing that's going on with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun was out for what? A season or two? And then people thought they were going to pick up where he left off at. Football moves too fast for that to happen.
Yeah.
You got to catch back up.
Yeah.
And even when you catch back up, they still pulling ahead. So you always going to be in the trail position from that point.
Some people
if you don't play this, huh?
No, I said you're right.
I see that.
Do some people never do catch up. You look at It's the NFL. It's a professional league. And I think it's very arrogant of people to think they could take 2 or 3 years off and just come back. To your point, Winston, it moves fast. And look it. Who
Well,
else was who, listen,
tell
who's that?
Colin Kaepernick that he thought that.
What? Yeah, who was that guy from Pittsburgh, the running back that did that?
Oh, you
Le'Veon Bell.
talk Bell.
Le'Veon Bell.
Same
Le'Veon
thing.
Bell.
Same thing.
No,
It was the same. So go ahead, Winston. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Just wanted to
Oh
make you.
no,
Oh no,
no,
no.
bro.
I'm about to dip out, guys. I got to get ready for the Hawks game. It's coming on at 7, so I got to prepare everything.
We got to talk
Hey,
about
Appreciate
those
y'all, man.
some way. We got to talk. Not today, but we got to talk about them another time. We got to talk about
Oh,
them.
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All
hey,
right, there,
bro,
partners.
this
All
show,
right,
man.
Appreciate
man.
you.
Appreciate
Appreciate you letting me come on and spit my spiel.
Hey
You
man,
guys have a
we appreciate you.
great job
How about them
as
Falcons?
always.
Hey,
You
Larry.
6-3. Yo, what up?
Hey, all right. You say you got you doing the hot game at 7.
Yeah, playing against the Pelicans. So,
Hey, where people can find you?
Yes.
at the Dixon Way, on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Rumble, and X. We try to, provide live commentary for all your favorite sports team in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want an alternative, then go ahead, click us on. Turn down your radio or TV, turn up the Dixon Way. That's the motto.
I'll check you out tonight, Larry.
That's the truth. I'll be there. That's the truth. It's the latest, the greatest live commentator you will find. It's just like being in the arena without having to pay for the ticket.
Well, appreciate you, fam. Let's try to give another aspect and stay in our lane and bring another form of fandom towards the Atlanta, sports fandom. So that's it.
Good
So
deal.
we'll see you guys later. Appreciate you having me on, T. Will, as always, partner.
Always, brother. You got a standing order. Anytime you want, bro. You already know what it is. You already know.
All right, that's my Teddy Stephen A. impersonation.
All
All right, we're up out of this thing, man. Peace up, A-Town down. Deuces.
All right. Yeah,
Oh,
T Will. I'm out too, man. I'm gonna catch up with you in a minute.
Hey, one more question for you guys. So, we talked about this game. We won it. You feel how you feel about it. How you guys think coming off this, we're going to go into New Orleans? Now, me personally, I think we're going to kick the you-know-what out of them just because they're the Saints, and we hate them just like they hate us. And I think we're going to go in there with impunity, with reckless abandon, and beat the living snot out of them. But that's me. How do you guys think we're going to go into New Orleans next week? And Winston, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna be honest. Now, usually I would say like against New Orleans, it'd be a good game. You know what I'm saying? And I move for us to win, and we're gonna win because of this and that and that and third. But this one, we should steamroll New Orleans.
Yeah.
Chris Olave just went down earlier and got carted off the field with a concussion.
Yeah.
They have no weapons outside of Alvin Kamara. There's literally no reason that we should not steamroll the Aints. And if this game is anywhere have any semblance of being close, it goes back to the scheme. There's no ifs and buts about it. It ain't even about Jimmy Jones anymore. It's about the scheme. It's like you're not putting people in the position to excel at this point.
Yeah.
Same way what happened today. Like they had 130 some yards rushing. I think they only had 1 or 2 games before where they rushed for over 100 yards in the season. Come on, man. It's not Jimmy Jones at this point. It's X's and O's. But we should win. It should be, I'm going to say 34-17.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. Red, how you feeling about this matchup with the Saints? You think we go in there and kick some you-know-what, or is it going to be a close game? How you feeling about it, Red? Red, I can't hear you. Oh, wait. I think you're muted. Hang on. Red, you there? Red, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, like I say before, listening to UT, I thought it was gonna be a close divisional matchup, but now you don't pump me up. I wanna go in there and kick their ass. I wanna finish kicking their ass like we started to kick the Cowboys' ass that they been lit up. So instead, we're gonna go in there and have a complete ass whooping on the
Hey,
stank in New
let
Orleans.
let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I agree with that. Well, gentlemen, first and foremost, thank you both for joining my show. And as always, feel free to come back anytime you'd like. Anytime you guys want to hop on, it's here for you. We're typically here Sundays right after the game. Next Sunday, I may try around 5, maybe 5:30. People tend to kind of, meander and join in at that time. So maybe we'll do that. But guys, feel free to join us again. Do me a favor, and Winston and Red. Winston, we'll start with you. Tell everybody where they can find.
Well, find me on Facebook, Winston Thornton. I test group with the eye test on Facebook and on YouTube with me and my brother John Harris, Red, C Dub, all them boys. They pull through. Door open to YouTube T all the way. Wednesday at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Falcon Talk, Falcon centric, Hawk Talk now that the season is going on too. But we have a good time. We start off on sports and ain't no telling where the conversation go, but you're gonna enjoy the ride up.
All right, Red. Tell them where they can find you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool.
We can't hear you, right?
You catch me on Saturday mornings, YouTube and Facebook, Red and Real Sports Show, sometimes 10 a.m., sometimes between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Every Saturday morning. During the week, Facebook page, movies and entertainment, Facebook page, and everybody on here, mostly on my page, so y'all know how we do during the week. I test on Wednesdays at 10, Waffle House on Fridays at 11. And nothing but sports talk with my Dirty Bird fans. Rise up, baby. 6-3, first place at NFC South. Ready to go to New Orleans for another ass chewing next week.
Amen.
Beat them Saints.
Beat the mess out of them. Well, guys, hey, everyone in the fans, everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us again. This is my channel for my ATL Sports 1, the number 4, my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hop on, join us. We are typically here Fridays at 7, or later, typically 7. Sundays after the game, and we will have a Monday morning show tomorrow with the Monday crew around 8 a.m. taking a deep dive at this Falcons game and really getting into it, and also looking forward to next week. So, guys, really enjoyed it. Thank you. Want to thank God. Would not be here without him. All praises are due. Cannot thank him enough. Also want to thank Mr. Jack Spade, who gave me a chance in this business. My brother, Mr. Eric Parker, Miss Carrie from One Time for the Fan, as well as Bodie, and all of my morning crew compadres. Want to thank y'all. Hey, you guys have a great evening. Rise up. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night, y'all.